What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Show with another video, and yes, EA is making about 3 Marvel games. They basically said they're gonna be console games. I'm excited, but kinda, it's a whole big thing with EA. EA is like the devil sometimes, so I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm just. But yes, they pretty much said that EA is making 3 new console games with Marvel. They got a little contract going on, but some of the names include, like, they said Spider-Man, Black Panther, and other Marvel characters, but we don't know. I mean, maybe Black Panther is a one that they could make. I want to see, to be honest, how many Marvel's Avengers games they're going to make. I mean, EA loves to make games where you got to pay for microtransactions. They love that, and I really want to see how this actually going to turn out. Who do you think is gonna get one of the 3 games, man? Black Panther's a good bet. We got the movie coming out. It'll get a lot of money and stuff, but I think at this point, man, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter if your game is just a superhero in the now. Like, you're not gonna sell well if your game is not good enough. Marvel's Avengers ruined at it for everybody. Like, Guardians of the Galaxy, the game, that's like one of the most underrated games on this platform. Like, I played recently, I beat it a while ago. I beat it like a while ago though. Guardians of the Galaxy is one of the most underrated games I've played, but it doesn't get the recognition it deserves because it's in the shadow of Marvel's Avengers. Marvel's Avengers is a terrible game, so when people look at that, they look at it like, oh, if that's such a bad of a game, and then why would we go and play Guardians of the Galaxy, even though they're a less known team? So I gotta go play a less known team than the Avengers to have the same boring gameplay as the Avengers. Like, when I first heard that they were gonna have, like, the gameplay for the Guardians was gonna be that you could only control Star-Lord, I immediately didn't want it anymore. That was one of the games. I'm such a big fan of the Guardians of the Galaxy team and the movies, but when I actually saw, like, that you can only play with Star-Lord, and I started reading more things about it, I really didn't want to get the game. But I like to do research. I like to watch reviews and stuff, so I watched reviews on the game, and every review I seen loved it. Like, they literally loved it. They felt like it was a really great game, but for me personally, I loved it. I just felt like it didn't get the recognition it deserved. I mean, I do play, like, most of all the games that come out that's Marvel based, like Spider-Man, Miles Morales, all of those. I'm gonna play Wolverine when that comes out. I love playing those games, but at the same time, it's like, you don't want to spend $70, $60 to $70 on a game that you don't think is going to be worth it. So it's with a game like with EA, where you might spend $70 here, but then have to buy all these different microtransactions. That's going to be worse. So I want to see how they're actually going to, what they're actually going to do with this, because they did Fallen Order, I believe, and I actually did like that game. It didn't have no microtransaction. It was just a legit game. Like, it was an actual game, a game that's not trying to sell you on anything. It actually was a real game, and it was fun. It was enjoyable. And not only that, we're getting a new one of those sometime soon. But even though that was a good game, everybody expected it to be Batman. Everybody expected it to be riddled with a lot of 1,000 cosmetics and things. And to my knowledge, I don't think they had any cosmetics even now. They might do now, but at least when I was playing it and beating it, they didn't have any cosmetic items or stuff that you can buy. And I feel like, yes, you don't have to go into the microtransactions, but it kills the game. Specifically to me, we're not gonna really get into this whole topic because it's about the 3 games with Marvel. But I have to say this, back in the PS2 days, when you would get extra content, like if you would get a new sword or a new outfit, you would get that after, like, grinding in the game like crazy. It would be something that you earned. With microtransactions, you could just pay $1 and get it. It's a really cool outfit that's not available in the main game. And the reason why it's not available in the main game is because all the cool items and costumes that they put in the game is literally ripped out of a game to put it behind the paywall. It's not even like it's not in there and you gotta download it. You literally have it unlocked already. They just don't have it where you can access it until you pay your money. Talking on microtransactions is a whole other thing though. I don't really want to get into that. That's beating the dead horse at this point. Games like Fortnite, it's justifiable. It's a free game, but we'll see what EA plans to do with these 3. And I don't know. I feel like maybe we can get an Iron Man game. I'm not the biggest fan of Iron Man, but I can see why people would want something like that. With the world's technology now, big open world, being able to fly, different suits, that could be cool. Black Panther could be cool with the whole Wakanda thing, being able to kind of play in Wakanda and then do missions and stuff in Wakanda. That could be really interesting of a game. Spider-Man is obviously in New York, and they can't really touch Spider-Man because there's no need to touch Spider-Man at this point. I don't even think they can, if I'm not mistaken. One mind's a Ghost Rider game or something more dark. Like, man, if we getting 3, man, we want something that's a little bit more dark. Of course, we already get Midnight Sun, so that should be something interesting when that comes out. I don't think they'll make a Captain America game. Kind of same issue. I'm not the biggest fan of Captain America, but I don't think they'll be making a game for that. Maybe Hulk. I would love to see a new Hulk game. That would be actually, the Hulk game is what we need. Especially with the Lumen movie on the way, and you know, big reveals in She-Hulk, and with the series of She-Hulk, you know, ended and wrapped up. We could definitely see a Hulk video game. We could definitely see that. You know, destructible environments, and you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be about him on Earth or whatever, wrecking Earth. You know, we can do it different planets. Obviously, they probably won't want to give up like Planet Hulk's movie plot or something like that. But if not that new Deadpool game would be cool for me, because I actually did like the older Deadpool game, the one that was like on Xbox, I believe. I actually did like that game. I feel like they could have did a lot more with it though. I really like those games that wasn't really tied into the MCU, but they had like a lot of like comic book ties and stuff. You might not see this character in the game because they're not a part of the MCU, but with certain older comic book games, it would be characters that you'll never get to see in the MCU, just random characters from the comics that they just pull straight from the comics. Now everything that they make is basically inspired off the MCU franchise. It just makes so much money that it's an easy way to do it. Like even Marvel's Avengers, the game, they had the Avengers from the movies, and you know, and there was a lot of storylines from the movies, you know. But hopefully we'll see something different. You know, that looks like Midnight Suns could be cool. I'm ready for that to come out. But with that being said, guys, what if you had to name 3? What is the 3 that you would name for your EA games? If you had to choose for make an EA game, what would be the 3 for you guys? With that being said, guys, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next video.
やれやれだぜ。